Welcome everybody to episode 12 of Three Dudes Brews. Three Dudes Brews is our liquid journey into our different perspectives of craft deliciousness. It's an appreciation of the various crafts and styles, and a celebration of the good people who bring it to us. I got to tell you, this is my name is Buddy Thayer. This is a special edition of Three Dudes Brews because we're stepping out of the brewery and we're stepping into the Mead and Winery. And when I was booking this show, I was conjuring thoughts in my head of the excitement that flowed through my co-host's body as I told him that we're going to be filming at a meadery. He's I would say he's a master of the mead, but he makes a pretty good mead himself. He comes to us from the foothills of Mount Olympus. He puts the ink in Greek. My co-host Costas Sangaroli.
Thank you very much. Welcome to Arcane Mead and Winery, and to my left. We have none other than the good Dr. Ed Patnod.
Hey, everybody. Ed
Doc.
here again. Morning, Eek and Buddy.
Yeah.
He put the Eek in Greek. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. So, like Buddy said, this is a first for
I
us.
dabble in mead. I'm not. No.
He's a dabbler.
But he dabbles, but we're here with some professionals.
Yes.
Because, we only dabble. So, today we are here at Arcane Meadery and Wine, excuse me.
Yep.
And we are here with Jamie and Jake.
Yep.
Awesome guys making great stuff. So why don't you start off by telling us where you guys are so everybody at home can find you?
Sure, yeah. So, again, I'm Jamie, Arcane's brewer. Jake is our Arcane, all the other stuff. And we can be found in Olneyville in Providence, Rhode Island, on 11 Aleppo Street, Unit 7. We got a big 7 on the door. I know that's confusing because the address is 11, but there's a big 7 on the door.
Look for the 7, lucky number 7.
And if you see fish on the wall, you're in the right place.
Yeah.
So depending on which way you're coming, you want to either go past Big Top, or if you've gotten to Big Top, you've gone too far.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends on which way you're coming from.
So we're like 3 blocks from New York System Wieners. So
Yes.
Nice.
Right next to the Atlantic Mill building,
Right.
Big Top.
Yep.
So could we say that the 3 dudes are hanging with the 2 dudes?
Yeah.
We are.
The
Yeah.
5 dudes.
Easily.
Wow.
Easily. 3 and 2 is 5, Costas. Good job. The lessons are paying off.
Always wicked smart.
Awesome.
Wicked smart.
Wicked smart, Cade. Wicked smart. So I got to ask, what on earth got you into mead?
Well, first of all,
No.
what is mead?
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good place to start.
Not everybody knows, right?
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Mead.
I presumed.
That everybody knows.
So,
It's up to the right.
Mead is a wine, and I'd say the law defines mead as strictly a honey wine made from just water, honey, and yeast. At Arcane Mead, we personally define mead as a fermented beverage with honey as the most significant of the fermentable materials, but not necessarily the only. We like to dabble in fruit. We like to dabble in spices. A lot of different stuff. Most of the mead we have on hand is hydromel, which means it's lighter than a full strength wine. Because that's what you can reliably drink like a flight of in a tap room without getting completely smashed. But of course, we do also have some of the stronger stuff.
Like we're going to do now.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
So,
this first one, I couldn't help myself because I was
yeah, no
Yes.
kidding.
And what are we drinking here? What's this first one?
So the first is the Galactic Ley Lime. It is a draft mead, 6.5%, that is kind of our equivalent to a New England IPA. It is whirlpooled and dry hopped on Galaxy and Citra. Half of the fermentables are a very light wildflower honey. And then the other, roughly about a third of the fermentables really are, I make a lime infused invert syrup. Just like kind of when you're making seltzer or when you're making skeeter pea, if you're familiar with that homebrew.
Nope. Well, we'll get back to that, though.
We'll
circle around.
So
I know everyone's got an IPA, sometimes several IPAs.
that should be true at wineries too.
It should be true wineries too. When you're not allowed to make an IPA, you make do.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the closest we'll get to
Listen, it's funny, though, because you said that, and I'm like, I don't know how this is going to go. You get it on the nose, but it's not strong on the palate. You're not like getting punched in the face with a hop bomb or anything like that, but you smell it.
And I use a lot of hops, but it's, they're all Whirlpool and dry hops. So it's juicy, but like, I did actually, so there was a 5-minute boil for some of the hops. But I don't think they really extracted any alpha acids to my palate. And that's what I was looking for. That's the juice aspect of the New England IPA that I wanted, because that's what I thought could be.
When you said citrus, I just looked at cost.
No,
and he wasn't
sorry.
I know.
You can tell he wasn't
He's
even
like,
expecting
sorry,
that at all, 'cause he's not
No, like it's very light and very refreshing. I love the carbonation on it. A lot of meads, the ones that I make are usually still meads.
Yeah, traditionally.
Yeah. So it's carbonated. It's very light, refreshing, and the fact that I am not a Citra fan at all whatsoever.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Everybody always makes these hot bombs, and they're going for that big punch, and I just don't like that. But this is great.
I think
well balanced.
Costas was about to have his mead dreams crushed on the first glass. He was like, Citra, no.
I don't come in with any preconceived notions.
He's like, damn it.
So I will try anything once, even if it's a triple IPA. I got to at least due diligence, try it, and this is great. I'm not picking up on that. Yeah, it's not a sucker punch.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's nice. It's
I'm trying to keep it light and crisp.
Yeah.
I want something that is drinkable. It's not a hop challenge. We might do some stuff like that. I was thinking of doing something piney around Christmas, like a celebration ale kind of deal.
What about like spruce tip?
Actually, yes. So here's the thing about spruce that I've learned. I made a spruce sour at Foolproof, and I'm reusing the name because they're not using my name anyway. Sprucifer. And I thought it was going to get heavy pine, because that's why I made it around Christmas.
Yep.
I was wrong. That's not what you get from spruce. You get like vanillin. You get like kind of a melon-like fruitiness.
Yeah.
And it was lovely, and I want to make it again. But I still kind of want that piney, because like Dogfish had made a Pennsylvania Tuxedo. Yep. I love that fucking beer. Wow. I love some good pininess, especially when it's hop pininess supplemented by actual pine.
Yeah.
So I might do a fir tip one, because that's my research indicates that's going to give me more of that resin. But we're doing spruce anyway. Sprucifer is definitely going to be coming out.
I don't know what Nate does, but a friend of ours, Nate, he's opening a brewery. Nate IL, you know Nate?
I don't. Well,
he's doing Foolproof, but he's doing a place in Smithfield, but he does spruce tips from Gloucester. I love it's like the first one we tried it at Phantom. It's like I've never had anything like this ever before in my life. It's just so like say refreshing and
it's
refreshing, but it's got that piney earthiness to it, that floral note, those floral notes, and it wasn't hop. It wasn't hops. It was like trees. It's
Mother Earth.
It was fantastic. It's something unique and definitely different. So.
Back to my question before this guy decided he wanted to be rude and interrupt me with something else. That made more sense. I don't know what the hell he was thinking.
Right?
Why mead though?
Yes.
So there's a lot of beer. And I like beer quite a bit. I have even now, I think, still made more different beers than I've made mead, because I made a lot of beer. And beer is fun. I love how many different styles there are. Love how much space there is to play with. But two things. First of all, every weird idea I wanted to pursue in craft beer, somebody eventually did. I sometimes have some strange tastes, but like the market has validated them enough that if I really want to find, say, a Lichtenheiner, I can go find a Lichtenheiner. It's not just a Braxis anymore. I can get a smoked sour, but like, I did not think that was going to be the case. I really did intend to open a brewery for a long time, and gradually I realized it just wasn't necessary. The market wasn't just oversaturated. It already had rows to match what I would be bringing to the table.
We had already
made the decision to do mead instead of beer, but we did have some landlords when we were looking at different locations say we wouldn't have even called you back if you were opening up another brewery. It's only because we were doing a winery that's like, maybe you can fit in here, but like...
Yeah. By the time we were looking for a location, we were dead set on making mead. And I made mead, I'd say several dozen, like maybe 30 times by the time we were like, yeah, let's do a mead business.
Mm-hmm.
I would not say I was an expert or even close in mead making.
Mm-hmm.
I've still to that point, I've had more failed recipes than successes. Where a failed recipe is simply a mead that is wildly different than I imagined in the beginning. But at least one of those failures was a wild success in that I ended up inventing what I consider its own style of mead, and it's going to be a semi-seasonal offering at Arcane. So a brew where I was trying to do something both misguidedly and incorrectly at the same time.
Okay.
But all of my accidents added up to finding something new. That's how I made my first cream sherry mead.
Damn, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, that's
right. It was so much better.
And that's the cool thing, I think, with what you're doing is that it's not just the standard traditional mead. You're being creative with it. You're being outside the box. You're not afraid to fail at something to find something else.
Absolutely.
So that's awesome.
Mead, just like beer, has so many different categories depending on what types of fruit that you're using, spices. There's melomels, there's sizers. There's so many different things out there. So and a lot of people just don't know that, because nobody ever really talks about mead. I believe you guys are the only meadery in Rhode Island.
We are. That's correct.
And maybe in the whole southern New England region. The only other ones that I knew of were Crave Mead in Blackstone, Mass, which got me into homebrewing because I was looking for, not to talk about myself, but I'm about to, but
You serious?
We all went and we did a tour and we were looking for something like, do we want to do wine? Do we want to do beer? And then we came across mead and it was like, wow, this is brilliant. And it was great.
They made great mead.
Yeah, we love Crave back when we were in the Rhode Island Brewing Society. And I suppose we still are. But the Homebrew Club in Rhode Island, we do Big Brew Day where, the AHA, I think, would like put out a couple recipes and all the homebrew clubs do the same recipe. And we had a couple of them over at Crave.
Well, we did a mead day because the AHA has that as an event too. We at one point we had both events going annually, and we did several mead brews right there in the parking lot of Crave, and it was a great time. I brewed on that occasion. Oh, you're right. I was making a Bochet too. So I was brewing a Bochet because it's a good public demonstration mead, and you should be doing it outside anyway. A Bochet, for those at home, is a mead that is made with boiled honey, which obviously when you boil honey, you lose all delicate floral notes. But the caramelization of the honey can bring on some other flavors. So we were doing one of those, and then I was doing this other thing where I was trying to infuse honey with smoke to make a mesquite smoked mead. And
that sounds delightful.
It was good. It didn't work out quite the way I wanted. It didn't feel like I made the honey smoky enough. Like what I did was I added a little bit of water because I thought that would help the smoke infuse a little bit better. And maybe a little bit better. Some people taste smoke in it, but it was also mesquite honey, so it kind of gives that anyway. But it was after that I later discovered the correct way to infuse smoke, which is, it's the same way it's done in beer. You infuse smoke into ingredients and then brew with the ingredients.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. It's funny too, though, because it's one of those things where I bet if you didn't tell anybody you had used smoke in it, you would have gotten probably a more accurate
I think you're absolutely
because
right.
as soon as we found that
People
too,
go looking.
as soon as you suggest something and they've heard it, they're like,
Right.
"Oh yeah, I got that."
It is absolutely
taste
mind
that.
control.
Yeah. So
Giving a person notes before they drink something is mind control. It's unless you're doing something specific, it's kind of unethical. Let people drink the thing, and then as they're going, then maybe tell them what they're tasting.
speaking of which, the second one is now listen, guys.
I've already gotten halfway through.
I love mead, and you can tell I killed the first one
Cheers.
pretty darn quick. So let me get it out of there.
Yes.
He's looking up your old address. Let me tell you.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Get it going. Let me tell you. This is.
I
swear.
twice today. I'm sorry.
No, it's funny. I clinked a little hard there too. It was further away. So.
Buddies.
I put some sauce into that clink.
I can't.
But yeah, this is our pumpkin sizer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's delightful.
Oh, yes, I'm getting the pumpkin.
Yeah.
I couldn't help myself.
Well, it's the power of suggestion.
I couldn't help myself.
Didn't wait long enough.
But
How many times have we been places and I taste toasted marshmallow or vanilla or whatever else, and you're like,
my ass.
yeah, sure. I'm like, all I'm tasting is just beer.
Well, I get the taste of Madagascar vanilla.
Yeah, picked by a guy with one arm named Pete.
Oh, you know Pete?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now, you said this is a pumpkin sizer for the folks at home. What is a pumpkin?
So a pumpkin is a North American gourd. No, a sizer is a mead made with apple and honey. Similar to a cider, but with honey. It can be a little bit lighter in body than an apple cider would be, but generally
I say that because he doesn't like ciders.
But then I don't like cider. They just make
on
fun
us.
of it as a lesser. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not beer.
It's not beer.
It belong in the beer conversation.
I would absolutely agree. Cider, it ain't beer.
We're not going down this rabbit hole, gents. No, we're not.
We don't need to.
No.
That was very good though.
That's
What does it mean?
cider is delicious.
So the pumpkin sizer is also on the lighter side. It's 7%. We're going up in alcohol as we're going down the line, but we're still staying in a draft area.
You say lighter, but in comparison to the alcohol content, the alcohol content of a beer, you're pushing up into like a double IPA range.
That's true,
So
but it doesn't taste like it.
You don't. Not.
They're tricking us with their.
Yes.
Their
Well, it's great though, and this is commending you in your craft here, sir. Is that you take a sip of it and you're not like hit with alcohol flavor,
Right.
You're like, oh my god, this is hot or it's harsh. Hell no. The problem with these is that I'm going to drink half the bottle, and I'll go to get up and probably fall right back down.
Yeah. The Arcanas catch up with me pretty quickly. Like I'm used to having a lot of small pours, like just like a little sip while I'm talking to someone. So if I sit down and have like a full 8-ounce pour of one of my Arcanas, I find I'm getting sleepy in an hour. That's because I'm old, oldish. All you people in your 20s should definitely drink as much as you can.
Yes.
While you can.
Do it now.
Yeah. Only if you're over 21 though, because we do not promote underage drinking.
Of course.
And drink different things, so you're not gaining experience.
Nobody's ever gotten drunk on this show. So, but like I said, it's dangerous because it's so damn good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's for me personally, I don't know how you guys are about it, but that's the only problem I ever have with. I know that if I buy a bottle of mead at the store or I come down here and I grab a bottle of mead, the whole thing's gonna be gone today.
Yeah,
I'm not like pouring some and putting it away. No, I'm drinking that bottle. That whole bottle's gonna go.
Although we do sell in swing top bottles, so you could send it away if your heart allows you to.
It won't. It definitely won't.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so good.
And if you're a home brewer, save those swing top bottles.
Yeah, absolutely. Either to use yourself or return here for $1 off on your next order. But you were saying about how sometimes you'll go to a brewery and the pumpkin isn't really giving as much pumpkin. And I feel like that's one almost unfair advantage that I have. And that's that maltos can't really skew sweet. If you are making a beverage with maltose, if it ends up too sweet without being balanced by certain things like tannin, you're going to end up with something kind of cloying and weird. A lot of spiced beers. I love spiced beers as a category. I like sweet beer as a category, but it's not particularly popular because it's kind of a difficult flavor to nail without it being weird and cloying.
Well,
but fructose and glucose can be pretty sweet without messing up the flavor.
And that's exactly what we find. At least I know I do. I'm sure he does too, and this guy. But it's like once your beer crosses into the sweet realm, it's now dessert.
Yeah,
there's no real
which I love. Heavy. I love an English bar.
Oh God, yeah.
Love a quad.
There's nothing in between though. You can't find, like you said, you can't get like that kind of balance between sweet and non. It's just full tilt. We had I had one. What was oh, here I go trying to tell a story and I can't remember anything. Anyway, I had a beer the other night and it was the same thing. I drank one and I'm like, this is fantastic, but I could not do a second.
Right.
I'm like, this is it. And it's not because it was too much alcohol or it was, too strong or anything. It's just too damn sweet.
Yeah. Maltose is a heavy sugar.
It's like you can have that at the end of the meal
flavor-wise.
And you're good. Skip the cheesecake, folk. Go for the beer. So
yeah, I had one the other day and it was a collaboration beer from like cans or something like that. And every sip, it was painful. It was so sugary sweet. It was just, it made your teeth hurt. And, I hate to waste a beer. I'd hate to, drain pour any beer. But after about half to 2/3 of it, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, why subject yourself to the torture? I'm suffering at this point for.
I remember I bought like some kind of weird, it was a shandy of some kind, but it was like a chocolate shandy or something. They were doing something weird. I thought, hey, this will be neat. And I had like one can of it, and I'm like, actually, that's too weird. Like it's not. I don't know what I wanted, but you can't make yoo-hoo with malt and make it taste good like cold and carbonated.
So
I got sweet though. Like I've never had anything that's been too sweet for me.
You also didn't like the shandy when I bought it. But like you love a big imperial stout. There's a lot of sweet styles that are great because they've got something to balance it.
Yeah.
Either tannins or acidity or just big ol' like flavors that make you just kind of take it one sip at a time.
Yeah, this was like an imperial s'mores stout, and
it's the one I was thinking of. That's the same one because we both had it.
And it was just like it made your teeth hurt. It was so sweet, you couldn't really taste anything other than sugar, and it was like every sip. You sometimes you drink something, the first sip you're like, oh. And then, it gets a little bit better once you kind of get acclimated.
You do, yeah, you can acclimate. And sometimes if something's too sweet, you can just chill it real cold.
Yeah. This was not the case.
Yeah, it did not help. And it was just like,
it was that a random pick at the liquor store, guys?
I didn't hate it. I mean, I didn't think it was bad. I just thought it was too sweet.
It was the can pretty?
So what it was, we're going to throw it out there because, I mean, we're different opinions on this, and we're always honest on this show. It was Boulevard's collaboration with Whitman Chocolates.
Wow.
And it was like a campfire s'more stout or something.
It feels like something that would be good.
Yeah, we were talking about it. And it's
on the show you had it. And I think I made a negative comment, and it's like with chocolate. You guys don't even like it. Huh?
No.
I didn't have it on the show. We talked about it, and I had to post it later.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So, but yeah, it was interesting.
Good.
What are you two talking about?
I think we're going to
side conversations.
PB&J.
So here's the thing. I think it's a good idea because it's on topic to move ahead a little bit.
Okay,
we're gonna read ahead to the last pour because this is our smorgasbord.
Oh, I can't.
Smorgasbord is a 14% wildflower honey mead. Okay. It is going to be our first major arcana, which is full strength mead in bottles starting next week. It is aged on chocolate puree and smoked marshmallows. Okay, I guess I'm holding
Stop
it.
sniffing. Just
Jake's
You
like
can't
mine.
drink and
No,
talk.
it's got a beautiful nose. This is going to be this.
Thank you.
Like, I'm going to have to bring this home for the holidays. Like, this
Yep.
is gonna be-
Very soon we're gonna have that one in bottles.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
gonna
we're getting
be-
the labels in for tomorrow. It's exciting.
We're gonna have to have a fire and sit by the fire with this guy. Right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Get the chocolate.
Now,
Mhm.
now,
you
would
really
you,
get that chocolate.
would
Thank
you
you.
say that this
Yeah, it
is
comes
something
through
that should
nice.
be served chilled or served warm? Because
Great
obviously,
question. I'd say
that-
the range is so. It definitely shouldn't be served like fridge cold.
Mm.
I found 55. I think is the coldest where this still tastes right, where you get enough sweetness that you're tasting the whole thing. Room temperature might almost be too sweet, but like
It's like cellar temp.
cellar temp is
Yeah,
perfect.
okay.
Cellar temp is perfect. Mhm.
So we started
yeah,
talking.
definitely picking- I'm sorry.
No, go.
That
Dude,
chocolate
yeah,
is
that's
definitely right there. That's,
it's crazy.
yeah, that's really.
I mean, I would never
really good.
ever would have thought I had a mead that tastes like a s'more and you get chocolate.
And I'm definitely feeling
never.
warm.
Mead. No.
You get that the alcohol's
Oh,
there.
this one you noticed. You noticed
This
the
one's-
alcohol's in this one.
This-
Oh my!
This one is a little on the strong. Like so, this was a mead fermented here. It's still fairly young, but I felt like that was okay since I already want smoke and campfire in there. So we're just gonna have it a little bit hot instead
my
of
God.
waiting for it to age into a little more grace.
But you know what? I think it's perfect.
think it's perfect.
For
Thank
the
you.
wintertime season. I mean, you're
If we ever get
wintertime,
there,
yeah, you're looking for stouts. You're looking for porters. You're looking
Mhm.
for like, as far as beers are concerned, you're looking for darker, heavier,
Absolutely.
warmer beers with those bold flavors. And I
Seasonal,
think, yeah,
right?
definitely
It's a
seasonal. We're
seasonal
all about
mead,
that,
you
seasonal,
know?
yeah. And that's really really good. So
oh my god! But so like I said, I never would have expected this.
Mhm.
And then we started talking about the weird.
Mhm.
So I actually picked up a beer the other day because of the fact that I was like, I looked at it and it's I'll post a picture of it later on somewhere. It was from Tox Brewing. You know Tox, right?
Yeah, I
Tox.
know.
absolutely.
I
Okay.
just went to
It is called Lycilium Dream.
Is it?
It is actually made
mushrooms?
with mushrooms. There are
Okay.
like two. I want to say two or
Like
three.
psychedelic mushrooms.
I hope not. Well, I mean, it depends.
Mm.
I'll let you know. So it's got at least two different mushrooms in it that I'm positive of. I'm not sure if there's a third, but I saw it in the case, and I like Tox. I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, and I kept walking,
Huh?
and then I came back
You gotta know.
because I'm like, I gotta,
Yeah.
I gotta see how this is. And we've all had stuff that we're like, we take a sip and we're like, pass it a buddy.
Yeah.
Because we're like, nope,
Yep.
it's just
Yeah.
not for me.
Did it taste like cow shit?
I haven't had it yet. I haven't had it yet.
Right?
I haven't had it yet. So we'll find out. But like I said,
How do you know what cow shit tastes like?
Because that's what you grow.
Earthy.
mushrooms in
You
back
smell
in the day. Back in the day, you flip cow shit and you get mushrooms and wash them, and then
wash them.
and then have a nice little trip. That was like 30 years ago, but that's what I asked.
Oh wow, buddy was like 10.
Fun
Yeah.
stories.
Not even. Anyway, so back to the weird. What is like the weirdest thing you've had in your head that you've either actually done or you want to do that you just haven't done yet?
What would you little maniacs like to do first?
It's all in the name of science. Weird science.
To pick
So-
one is great.
To pick one is difficult, but I am going to pare myself down to two. And I'm going to start with this first one because it segues nicely from what you just brought up.
Mhm.
I have made a Rausch beer with candy cap mushroom. Candy cap doesn't have really the earthy and the nutty that you expect from, I'd say, the vast majority of mushroom varietals.
Mhm.
It's mapley. It has an intense maple aroma. So intense that it's used more as a spice than as like a fry it up and put it in your teriyaki. You can buy it from like some companies in California. I put it in a Rausch beer to try and win a competition where the category was mushrooms. But no one could tell that the maple was coming from mushrooms and from maple. But I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna get candy cap mushrooms again because the smell is incredible. And I had a mead by Kyle Ducharme up in in New Hampshire a few weeks ago, and he had used the candy cap, and it came out so good. It was a Bochet, and I already know exactly the base for it. I have an 80% mesquite, 20% buckwheat honey mead up on the shelf. The other half is going to be done with Lapsang Souchong. It's going to be our Roush mead.
Oh,
so
sounds wonderful.
And that's not even that weird. Candy cap isn't going to taste weird. It's going to taste mapley mostly.
Well, it doesn't have to taste weird. I mean, weird can be very, very good.
But the other one, which I would say was very good, but did taste weird in that it was unconventional, was our black garlic allium ale. An allium ale being a mead made with plants from the allium family, like onions, garlic, shallots, chives, etc. There's not many of them out there.
I don't know.
So I brewed this as a bit initially. I did a 1 gallon jug. So if it was shitty, it would be a cooking wine. But it wasn't shitty. It was really good. So you get the strong garlic aroma when you raise the glass to your nose. Big, not the spicy, pungent, like raw garlic, but more like someone's like sauteing garlic in the room. But it's strong. It's definitely strong. And then as you go in to take a sip, that aroma recedes. You get a little bit of the aroma of the honey, which in those batches was orange blossom. And then the dark fruits of the black garlic start to set in. You get like that kind of cherry, that raisin, the flavor I kind of think of as like walking into like a cigar shop, that kind of dark fruit, almost tea-like. And it's really damn good. I liked it a lot, and I rebrewed it, and I'm gonna rebrew it again.
Yes, and when you do, let us know, because now I'm curious as all hell.
Yeah,
I wouldn't use the term weird. I would say unique and more.
Weird's okay though. Yeah. Weird's okay.
Yeah, I'll take it back.
But unique. And,
he's taking it back, folks.
He's taking it back. Yeah, like weird might be like weird. Yeah,
we did a weird, taco meat also. I don't know if that's weird or not. But
I don't know if it was weird either. Well, I felt like I was already reaching picking too. But that was the taco mead was a sister batch to the initial black garlic, and like the black garlic, I was more impressed with it and pleased with it than I expected. It uses jalapenos and green peppers. Jalapenos are mostly deseeded and deveined, so I could really go all out with them.
Get more of the flavor than the heat.
Exactly. Yeah. Lots of vegetal pepper, a little bit of jalapeno heat. But the main star of the show is cumin. Get cumin from not just spices, grind it, and more than you would expect. A prodigious amount of cumin. Don't worry about like all the sediment it's adding. Just cold crash it out when you're done. Go all out with cumin. It was good.
And we didn't brew this, but we did drink this. We were at Foolproof, and one of the customers came in with some fermented pig's blood, blood wine.
That's the weirdest thing I've had.
Was he speaking Klingon?
Kapla.
No, but
pig's blood.
The subject did come up because I was talking about how,
I mean, come on, how can you not?
There was a fanfic I was writing a long time ago, and I'd done research on this, and it got me fascinated on the subject. By the way, blood wine is bad. They probably use they probably cultivate creatures that are like diabetic and bleed them for blood worm. Like Gok must be sweeter than it seems. Because pig's blood, it ain't it. It's bad.
Oh, well, I'm gonna try.
But now we know.
Once, but
I don't know. That would have been a hard sell.
Yeah.
That would have been a hard sell.
I tried it once, then we had to record it for YouTube shorts. So we drank it a couple times. But
that we're on the record.
Anode of blood. I have used pig's blood, white sugar, and red wine yeast to ferment this.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, got the smell.
It's the texture that makes it really gross.
It's absolutely the viscosity.
Yeah, but it's not the flavor that makes it gross, which is the most interesting part to me. The flavor itself isn't very blood heavy.
You're right, it's not.
When I first tasted it, it really was just, yep, this is blood and sugar. And now it's not. It's just like a really dull wine.
There is something on the back end that I'm not a fan of.
There is
a little bit of that fatty.
It tastes like a pig.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's vaguely meaty.
Yes.
Vaguely meaty.
Absolutely.
But an intense metallic, like one might expect, nothing like that.
Like
So
I didn't love that, but
yikes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the flavor wasn't that bad. It was the aroma. That really
was it
killed
really like metallic and?
Well, that's the thing. I
Minerally?
expected that. No,
Yeah.
there wasn't metallic. What you instead got is this proteiny aroma, kind of like if somebody cooked up a hamburger but with no seasoning, just let it go gray.
Oh no!
Like kind of a
meat.
proteiny, meaty on the nose. But then when I went in, it was mostly just like kind of just like the sweetness of a wine that hadn't fully fermented.
Huh.
Like because it was sugar. I was tasting sugar and alcohol. Those were the primary flavors in there.
I think Buddy's face right now says it all, folks.
It's weird. I'm looking at the butter and jelly, and I'm not.
So before we get into the last one, I gotta ask you. You guys must go through a ton of honey.
Yes.
Where do you get your honey from?
Great question. Honey is always expensive, but it is less expensive the more you buy in bulk.
Yes.
And so I buy from any apiary that can sell in 60-pound buckets. Dutch Gold honey up in New Hampshire, we would often go up there to get honey. The great supplier of orange blossom. I've gotten some of my best orange blossom meads out of the honey I got from them. They also have buckwheat, so I'm a big fan of that. But I have started buying recently from another place that they're online. They are in Florida, but they do free delivery if your order is $1,000 or more, which is
that's massive.
It's huge. Like the deliveries.
That's where they get you.
Exactly.
The shipping's where they get you.
Exactly.
we were looking at ordering another what size tank, 2-barrel tank, and the whole tank would be like $400-$500. It's like a plastic one with a stand. The shipping costs as much as the tank does.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez.
it's rough.
That's
And anytime you're buying heavy stuff, but it's really frustrating when it's honey. It's like, this is already too much per pound. I can't.
yeah. Now you tack on everything else that goes along with it, and it's like, how does it become sustainable?
Yeah, it almost isn't, which I'm certain is a big reason why there are so few meaderies.
And we're definitely interested in doing some collabs with apiaries, but at the same time, we're also making recipes using very specific varietals. There aren't a lot of like orange groves up in Rhode Island to get orange blossom honey from.
Yeah. So obviously, you can't get everything.
Yeah.
I'd love to do some small batch stuff that specifically uses a local honey and keeps that as the focus. Like, this is a Providence mead. It's all honey from Providence. That would be cool.
That'd be awesome.
But it would be a thing to itself. I wouldn't throw that in my s'more.
Yeah.
I'd want anytime I'm using small batch honey, I want it to be small batch mead where the honey is
the star, right?
Exactly.
You want to highlight the honey, yeah. So
I want to say I think there's a apiarist Apponog.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's one in like Blackstone, Mass, if I remember correctly. There's a few of them that are out there. They're very local, but we had it when we were at the home show.
Oh, right, yeah.
The ginger honey that I got you, and
it wasn't ginger.
I got you
the habanero
one. That's fun.
Let me tell you,
you definitely picked up on the habanero.
This
We were
stuff.
sweating.
Was Merrimack Valley that we got some honey from before?
So we had been buying from Merrimack Valley in some of the planning phases because I thought it might be a good alternative to driving out to Littleton. But the prices kind of went up, which is realistic and understandable, just to be clear.
Yeah.
They still have some great varietals to choose from, but it's like double the price of some of the other places I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Which is still a fair price, but not one that's viable for me.
You guys are
and that's just it. It makes it hard.
You got bills
so,
to pay,
just so I actually name drop them so people can use them if possible. The Honey Blossom is the website I've been buying from. They got good orange blossom. I got my tropical polyflora from them, which is a wildflower honey from the rainforests of Mexico. It's really aromatic and it's delicious, and it's not crazy expensive because it's not our region, but it's still wildflower honey.
Yeah.
So they produce it en masse, and it's really good.
That's the good thing about honey is that it changes based off of where they are.
Where the bees are more than you would expect.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? I love honey. I've never met a honey I didn't like yet.
Like the bees aren't going into the fruit and sucking out that. But the nectar from the plant has so much of the flavor of the fruit that you really wouldn't expect.
It's sometimes not obvious until you compare two honeys. When you have side by side, like this is clover, this is orange blossom, and it's like, oh wow, I don't know that it tastes specifically like oranges, but this is completely different from this.
Right.
And then you get side by side with something like blueberry honey, and it's like, oh wow, like side by side, the tartness and punch of fruit, it's unmistakable.
And then we got buckwheat honey, which is kind of like our.
I've never had.
It's like a specialty.
Oh, you're gonna
our specialty honey.
I have some.
A little
behind
bit.
the
That
bar.
would do ya.
Probably not on screen because I'd have to shuffle.
No,
over
that's
there,
fine. But
we should definitely break
I'm
up the
all
it's
for
neat.
trying it because I've never had that one.
I only knew it by reputation, and I finally got my hands on some, and it's good. It's weird, but it's good.
So going back to that site though, do they like? Can I just get like a jar, or do they only sell?
They only sell in buckets.
In buckets.
So
okay,
this is most feasible if you and several friends at your home brewing club
gotcha
get together and put together a honey buy. If you don't have many friends at your home brewing club, or none of them like honey, come to Arcane. Maybe we'll do some honey.
Yeah. So find new friends, folks.
Yeah. Friends who like mead.
So as you can tell, I'm
Seems like
already
everyone's
like
moved
I'm
on.
halfway done with this.
I
So
we should chat about
I've
it.
been
Okay.
patiently waiting.
he has.
So-
I couldn't.
So-
I apologize. So this is it's peanut butter jelly wine. We are using Syrah grape juice, the jammiest of red grapes.
Oh my
As
god!
my palate, and and peanut butter.
And you get both, folks.
Yeah.
You do. You get both. There's no mistaking what this is, and it is absolutely
Peanut butter.
phenomenal.
Thank you.
Phenomenal, and
Yeah.
buddy, I don't know as much if you are as much as we are, but we are huge fans of that combination.
Peanut butter jelly. I mean, I'm a big fan.
So
Yeah.
I had a beer last night when I got home from what the hell's the name of it? It'll come back to me, but the name of the beer is called Pump Up the Jam.
Oh, nice.
And it was like peanut butter, jelly, marshmallow, God knows what crack they threw in it. And it was, oh my God.
That's my jam. I like
It was good. It was good. And then, obviously this guy buys it by the case when Vigilant starts putting out theirs.
Oh yeah. Vigilance peanut butter jelly sour is phenomenal.
Isn't it?
Oh, very, very
One
good.
of my top 5 beers, definitely.
They're excellent.
Oh. Kettlehead.
Okay.
Kettlehead. That was the brewery that made the.
That's the thing is
Pump
like
Up the Jam.
there's certain flavor combinations which are such a classic, and peanut butter and jelly just it's such a classic combination, and it reminds you of being a kid.
Yeah.
Like that's what you would
Except
eat.
now you're a drunk kid.
Yeah, right.
Listen, if somebody wants like peanut butter and jelly, or taking chocolate and peanut butter, or chocolate and coconut, chocolate and anything really, right?
Our chocolate peanut butter mead is coming on draft next month.
Hey.
King
Folks,
Halloween, look out for it.
Get here. So that brings me to another great point, and I keep saying so. I got to get out of that habit. It's a bad habit. It's not a segue, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not a professional. I just play one on TV, and I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night. But how long does it take from start to finish
Great question.
A batch of mead?
It depends a lot based off of how strong you make it.
Okay.
Traditional mead takes a long time. I would say the average mead with good nutrients, we're talking full strength, aiming for like 12%, I think is a good floor for a traditional mead. That takes about, I'd say with good nutrition, between a month and a half to actually drop dry. And then between 6 months and a year to get tasting pretty good, even while dry.
Okay.
A back sweetened mead might be delicious sooner.
But you're cheating.
But you're cheating a little.
You're
Yeah.
cheating.
Honey is delicious. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with semi-sweet or sweet meads, but usually when our meads are sweet, it's because we're trying to pair it with a specific sweet flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to have a high school Spanish teacher who would say, when someone would swear in class, she'd say, "Hey, there's no such thing as bad words, just inappropriate words."
Mm-hmm.
So some of the traditional meads, they're going to take longer to age because they start off hot and they need to mellow out a bit.
Right.
But that heat isn't always a bad thing. Like with a smorgasbord,
I like it in the
we
s'more.
take it and we put it where it's appropriate, where it works well.
There's
So-
definitely a few flavors where in planning, I initially designed something as an arcana, and then halfway through I realized, wait, people don't want that flavor as something light that they knock back. They want it to be kind of to halt them a little, for them to take a sip and be like, Ooh.
See, I would need that because otherwise it's going down fast, especially if I'm thirsty at the time.
So
it could be improbable.
It can take anywhere from 6 months to a year.
Absolutely.
For a batch to come out. So you have to plan.
You need patience.
Half a year to a year in advance.
And
there's no guarantee that what you're making is going to come out.
No, that's very true.
Have you had any failures?
So far, not at Arcane, but as a home brewer, more than I could possibly count. And most of the time, those failures are not a complete failure to produce alcohol, but a failure to do what I wanted to do. So at that point,
things went sideways.
The plan goes, okay, well, what else can I do with what I've made? And when you're homebrewing, the answer is kind of anything you want.
Well, yeah.
I'm of course more limited in my options, but I'm also a little more picky about what I'd put in front of a person as a pro.
Now,
as a homebrewer, I was delighted to serve anything and be like, this is terrible.
It's drinkable.
Let me explain to you what I did wrong. That flavor is diacetyl. That flavor is phenols.
But that's how you learn, though.
Yeah.
You learn more from your mistakes than you do your successes.
But PB&J, was that always going to be PB&J?
No, that's true. So I originally designed the peanut butter and jelly to be a red wine spritzer. My intention was for it to be something I'd kind of proofed down into something almost like a seltzer, but it was too big. It was too bold. The fermentation went a little hot. It was presenting that kind of cloven banana thing, and I was groaning because thus far all my fermentations had been nice and clean, and this was the first one I felt I'd really fucked up. But I gave it some time. Those flavors dropped away. I gave it more time. In theory, if this had gone as planned, it would have already been ready at our grand opening. Because it would have been a much faster turnaround. Anything light has a much faster turnaround. You get less heat when you're fermenting it. The flaws are less perceptible when you're tasting it. And if it's light and sweet, you can almost get away with anything. Sweetness will cover a great deal of flaws. But I didn't think it could ever be turned into something like a spritzer. It was big. It was fruity. It wanted to stay big and fruity. And so I just waited an additional months. And eventually we ended up with the peanut butter jelly one.
Yeah, I think we added the peanut butter to make it a PB&J.
Oh,
was
yeah.
an afterthought. So we had to go back and update the TTB recipe that we submitted.
I decided the flavor I had created was giving jelly more than anything else. And I decided, well, I wanted a peanut butter and jelly one eventually. This must be it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you for failing. Thank you for waiting. Thank you. Because damn, folks, if you are a fan, if you need to, and if you're not, this will convert you.
For sure.
Insane. So,
peanut butter and jelly wine. I would say it's like if you're going for a beer, the Vigilance peanut butter and jelly sour, I'd say that's on the same level.
Oh yeah,
this is on the same level.
Thank you.
Definitely on
that's
the same
high
level.
Praise. I appreciate it.
It's probably stronger than a beer. What's the?
Yeah, it is. So the peanut butter jelly is actually the strongest thing on our Arcana list right now. It's 8.5%. So it is a little on the hefty side, but it's. I'd say 8.5% is still in that category of if you drink craft beer, you know how to have a whole glass of something 8.5% and not walk away all swiftly.
Yeah.
But
don't start there, folks. If you're an amateur, please. We're professionals.
Work your way up. Please.
Put the training wheels on first and learn to ride.
Actually, and I will note, we didn't have any in this flight because I was favoring the pours I was most excited about. But we do have a whole section of stuff that's lighter. We started here with the Arcana, but the cantrips are like the 4%, 5%, anything below 6%. And they're all much lighter, much crisper. If you like seltzer, they're not that far conceptually. I mean, really, seltzer is sugar wine, and sugar wine is basically just mead's slightly trashier cousin. They're very similar. It's simple sugar fermented expediently by yeast. they're not as different as one might want to believe.
You hear banjos when you think of that one. My cousin from West Warwick. Oh, sorry, folks, if you live in West Warwick. Nothing against West Warwick.
Don't know me snotting.
It's no problem. You know, but I mean, obviously, if you've gotten this far in the episode, one, thank you.
Yes.
And two, you've kind of figured it out already. But what makes your stuff stand out from any other meat out there?
I would say that it plays with flavors more than it plays with the traditional aesthetic of Vikings and long ships. And the history of mead is fascinating and deserves to be held up. But maybe it's not the thing that makes you want to drink another glass.
You still need to move on.
It's the liquid that makes you want to drink another glass. And there's so much cool innovation in craft beer. I wanted to see mead take steps towards that future as well. If we had not evolved the American sour style, we would still only have like lambics and gooses and traditional goza, which isn't even all that sour. And like those are all great styles. But I, for one, am happy that we have things like gummy shark sours and strawberry basil and all the other cool flavors that people do.
It definitely pushes the envelope of what you can call a beer. And people, traditionalists,
mead.
Yeah, traditionalists are very like, oh, it's got to be, Vienna lager, Czech Pilsner.
Well, no,
there's got to be certain.
It's true though.
It's got to follow a certain beer style.
Yeah,
and on our labels a lot of time, instead of saying mead, we'll say honey wine just to be technically accurate with the labeling required.
Definitions between what's a honey wine and what's a mead.
In casual conversation, it's a mead.
It's a mead.
Yeah.
Yes. Listen.
And a mead is the oldest known alcoholic beverage in the history of man.
Right.
It's still tasty.
Yeah. Well, because it's almost a miracle.
The Greeks and Romans and Vikings have been doing it for millennia.
It's sugar that is naturally concentrated and available right there in nature. Like it's almost like nature just gave it to us, but actually we took it.
Yeah, nature was saving that for their baby bee,
and we stole it.
But like those and fruit. Actually, that is a fun little fact. The kind of the legal distinction between a brewery and a winery, though they don't draw this line directly, is whether or not the sugars come from starch or are naturally available. If you think about it, all of the sugar sources at a brewery, whether it's grain or even granulated sugar, which comes from a mashing process of beetroot or sugar cane, all of it starts as starches and has to be unlocked through mashing. All the sugars I work with, nature concentrates them for me.
Thank
Fruit,
you, nature.
Honey, just gifts.
Thank you. So, honey is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's the only food that we have on this planet that does not go bad.
In the name of mighty Hercules is this? How did this get here? Cute Bee, Golden Blossom, Ray Liotta Private Select.
Yep.
Yes, that is correct.
Good forever. So long as you don't water it down.
So now, that brings me to my next question. How long will a bottle of mead last on a shelf?
An extremely long time. But it differs from mead to mead, right? Okay. So like my Galactic Ley Lime, as both a hoppy beverage and as a lighter mead, both of those mean a longer life or a shorter lifespan. Right? Okay. So it being hoppy means it'll probably be less juicy and crisp and all of those things in about 4 months. And I'd say a year on, probably some of its character might start to see some like degrading. Okay. But when you have something 12% and something that doesn't have ingredient, like a fruited mead, some fruits will age off, but most fruits, they'll have the acidity to stick it out for years and years. And a base traditional mead, just the honey water, that can age almost indefinitely. I would say a year to get good. A decade before it starts to fall off is not unheard of.
Wow.
I would almost, I'm interjecting here, but I would say it's almost, if you think about it in the sense of like beer can go bad, where like the higher alcohol stuff, like You start talking about whiskeys and bourbons, so like things with higher alcohol content are more shelf stable and will last.
True.
Well, it's because of the alcohol is killing anything and everything.
It'll last a much longer.
It preserves the character as well as the as preventing anything from getting in there and infecting. But
and it will even make it better. You know, the aging process will age out certain.
But if you wait too long, sometimes you'll get like the proteins dropping out and making these little.
Yeah,
you got to find the sweet spot.
That can happen over time.
Yeah,
but I will say the oldest mead I've had where I thought, damn, this still tastes delicious. Somebody brought an 18-year-old braggot to the New England Homebrewers Jamboree, and that was a braggot, so it had malt in it, and malt breaks down. But it had enough honey to its recipe that it tasted more like an old mead than an old beer. And 15 years, it was still holding up. It definitely, there was signs of oxidation. There was a healthy cake of sediment at the bottom.
I bet.
but it's still, you still got honey. You still got like that kind of sweet toffee malt that I associate with an English barley wine. It was still delicious. And I don't know how long it takes for just a honey wine with no other ingredients to taste worse than it was a couple years ago. It's never happened to me. It does happen.
Oh, I bet.
Oxygen is your biggest killer with any wine. But grapes are like, grape wine is going to degrade a little bit faster than mead. Mead kind of has the least that can be damaged by oxygen of any alcoholic beverage I can think of, other than just straight liquor.
Sometimes a little bit of oxygen is nice.
Yes, it's true. A small amount of oxygen. I don't want to get too long-winded on this, but recently I had an opportunity to try a family member's mead, and it was very good. But we didn't finish the bottle, and I put it back in the fridge. And then he came back several months later with another bottle of the same mead. And the one we had already opened, both had been sitting in a fridge the entire time, but one of them had been sitting on Headspace. And of the two of them, it was significantly better. The acidity had rounded off a little bit more. The fruity notes were like kind of popping a little bit bigger. It tasted vaguely sweeter because there was more honey aroma perceptible. It was just better. And it was the same mead plus like an additional 6 to 8 months of oxygen. So obviously oxygen is the enemy of wine and it destroys them. But I think it is also the quiet, silent partner that makes mead good.
Like alcohol, if you have too much, it's poison. A little bit's a good time.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
So all you wine drinkers out there, convert to mead.
Convert to mead. It'll last even longer.
But in Colosso, and that's like a sherry style.
That's my sherry style. And that was one where we, I mean, the first time I did it was by accident, but just describing the current process is we let it ferment dry and strong, back sweeten with additional honey, pitch a floor yeast, which is a yeast used in sherry production, allow a little bit of oxygen to enter the headspace of the carboy once the floor has taken hold and formed a protective film on the top of the surface, and then give it an additional year with that oxygen that's been added to the headspace, and you get like the walnuts and that kind of like the sweet, like dark fruity kind of you get like caramel sauce, and it's brought on by oxygen. But if you screw it up, you get red cardboard.
Folks, he's not passionate, I swear. He's not passionate about his craft at all. Honest. So we're going to get ready to start wrapping things up here. Fantastic meads. But two things. We'll get to that one in a second. We're going to do a little word association. We're going to have a little bit of fun.
Sure.
So first thing that pops in your head, Jake, feel free to shout out too.
Yes.
Okay. Security.
Cameras.
Deposit.
Master.
The doctor.
Oh, brewer.
All right. Peel.
Oh, orange.
Yeah, banana.
Banana. Okay. Blind.
I can brew with it. Bag.
Drawing a blank.
Uh-oh. All right, we'll move on. Boat.
Steamboat. Why? I don't know.
Jake needs a reboot. Hit him in the back.
I do. Fuck boats. I don't know. They go with the water.
All right, last one. Ready? Lemon.
Oh, peel.
Yeah.
It's because it was already thinking about it before, but like it's automatic.
I can't help myself sometimes. I was like, we gotta put him on the spot. So, so
It's been a great time.
It's been an awesome time here. It really
I've
has.
had a great time too. Thank you all for coming and drinking my mead.
So before we take this on out, did you want to do something or?
I don't know. Are we doing this on camera or off?
We do it on camera.
Let's do it on camera,
Oh,
bro.
I don't.
As we're getting ready for this here, passes. This is your baby, man, not mine. So
It's just a very simple, basic mead. It's some homegrown blueberries with some water, honey, obviously, local blueberries from Massachusetts, and we have a champagne yeast. So I tend to brew for effect a lot of times, so it tends to have a higher alcohol concentration, but I hope that it's worthy.
Cheers. Like semi-sweet.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, it's definitely got some high alcohol to it.
Oh yeah,
It's
No.
yours
wrong
are
with
very
that.
light and refreshing. This I think
It is, but it's not like it is strong. But I'm not initially getting like a wave of heat. It's aged off the hot young.
There's a little bit of a burn if you go looking for it.
Yeah, sure.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
So how old is this one?
Oh, it's about a year old, year and a half, I would say.
Okay.
I don't remember. I'd have to go back to the videos of us making it.
Yes.
Yeah, we.
That was a good time.
Yeah, and
it always is. I mean,
yeah. There was a
Thankfully,
lot
I
of
didn't
alcohol
spill
consumed
anything.
during the making of this product,
which is why I'm surprised I didn't spill anything.
Yeah,
sure so.
you know, so
But
yeah.
I want to thank you guys so much for sharing your awesome mead, sharing your story. Just you guys truly are passionate about what you're doing, and that is fantastic. Keep it weird, keep it funky, keep coming out with new stuff, because let me tell you, it's absolutely phenomenal.
It's refreshing. It's different.
So definitely, folks, you need to get down here. You need to come out. You need to try some. You need to get some. You need to go home with like a truckload. I mean, it's not going to go bad that fast, and you're going to love every drop. I promise.
Great for the holidays.
Invest in some Orgasport, that could be good for years.
So, with that being said, as he takes a big mouthful,
Or across the Sangaruli for the dog that had that noise. For Jamie and Jacob, Arcane Meadery. Sorry, oh my God,
it's force of habit, dude.
This is Buddy there. This has been 3 Dudes Brews, episode 12. Drink delicious craft beers and drink local.
Drink local.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, I'm sure they do. But
wait.
No. You please. This is your house. You do the honors.
Oh God.
That didn't happen.
Nothing.